boarding call for all remaining passengers. Please now make your way to the gate. The podcast is about to begin.
Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Travel. Thank you to everybody who has been following along on our journey so far. If you would like to follow us on Spotify and subscribe to YouTube, we would be very grateful. There's been lots of conversations over the last few months, and today I'm absolutely delighted to be joined with Brendan Mallon from Ikos Resorts.
Hi Linda, how are you?
Am I saying it right? Is it Ikos or Ikos?
Ikos.
So
yeah.
Greek
for elegant
you've trained
homes.
me well. So
Elegant home.
Elegant home. Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this podcast, Brendan, because Ikos is a product that over the years I've fallen in love with, and lots of my customers have fallen in love with. But it's still a lot that I don't know about Ikos, so I am looking forward to this
Hopefully
conversation.
we can help with that.
And it's going to be every day's a school day, so yeah, looking forward to that. But before we get on to Ikos, let's talk about Brendan. Today's the first day that I've actually met you in person.
Yes,
Because you're, from your accent, are not from Scotland.
From Bangor in Northern Ireland.
Well, welcome to Scotland.
Thank you.
And to sunny Ayrshire.
It's sunny Ayrshire today, yes. Beautiful.
And it is sunny today, yeah.
It's lovely.
So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into travel.
So whenever I finished school, I went in to do a marketing course. Me and doing stuff like that didn't really work out too well, so I was looking to try and get a job of some sort. There was an opportunity with the local Thomas Cook, so much like many people in the industry, I started off as a trainee with Thomas Cook, did about 7 years with Thomas Cook, and then moved on to a tour operator called Falcon Holidays.
Oh, I remember them.
In Ireland, who were part of the First Choice Group at the time. So I looked after the team that looked after the trade for Northern Ireland. And then as the years went by, I took over looking after the team that looked over the south of Ireland as well. Then I started doing the commercial relationship with our franchisees. Eventually, unfortunately, the office in Belfast was closed, so I had to look for other work. And then through then, I've just continued on through a few other little bits and pieces in the industry.
But always in travel.
Always in travel, 31 years this July, believe it or not. I know. 31 years this July.
It gets into your blood though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Half of that time as a tour operator, half of that time as a travel agent. So it's good that I've had the full broad spectrum. I've experienced both sides of it. So hopefully that helps with what I do now as well.
Yeah. Because when I phone you up and say I need help with a room type or whatever, you know,
I get it. Yeah, I get where it's coming from.
And I can't find it from my supplier, but I know you'll be able to get the information for me.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's good. As you know, it's a lot of it with this industry is about having the right contact and not being afraid to reach out for that extra little bit of help where it's needed. Yeah,
absolutely. So Ikos is a beautiful brand.
It is, yeah.
A luxury brand.
Yep.
And it's just become like a bit of a phenomenon the last kind of five years or so. How long has it been?
Popularity has grown hugely. Yeah, the Ikos brand has been around for 11 years this year. We are part of the Sani and Ikos group. That group's been around since the early 70s, but the Ikos brand has been around for 11 years now. And this year we have opened our 8th resort in Kissamos in Crete.
I love the fact that pretty much every year you're opening a new resort, because people who, we talked about this before you came on air, that customers who go to Ikos go time and time again, because there's nothing else compares to what Ikos has to offer, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our guests will want to go back to the same resort, maybe once or twice, or maybe even for longer. But once they've done that, then the notion is, let's try somewhere different. And although whenever you walk into an Ikos, by the service, by the look, by the style, even by the scent when you walk in, the Anne Semin of Paris scent when you walk into the resort, everybody knows you're in an Ikos, but there is slightly different stylings and looks and feels to the resorts. So yeah, people do want to try new, and obviously we have 8 now. We've got more coming in the not too distant future. So I think next year we're taking a break from opening something new, and then we've got the new Ikos Marbella, which is on the way, and the new Ikos Coteras, which will be in the Algarve, which a lot of people are really excited about.
Yes.
Having something with our standards on the Algarve.
Yeah, absolutely. So most of the properties are within Greece?
All Greece and Spain, yeah. So we have 2 in Spain, 1 in Mallorca, down in the southeast of the island, Porto We have
and
one
that opened last year? Was that?
No, that's a few years now. That was been going for a few years now. And then we have Ikos Andalusia, which is between Marbella and Porto or Estepona. And then the rest are in Greece. So 2 in Halkidiki, 2 in Corfu, 1 in Kos, and then the brand new one this year is the Ikos Kissamos in Crete.
Amazing. So that's the one I've just been talking about.
Yeah, it just opened on the 30th of April, so it's still early days, but the feedback we're getting from customers, most of my colleagues have already been out to see it already. Hopefully I'll get out later in the year. But yeah, the feedback and the response has been absolutely phenomenal.
For customers who have not been lucky enough to go to an Ikos property, when you arrive in Malaga Airport, there's a massive Ikos branding.
Yeah.
And by the time I arrive in Malaga, I'm not going to Ikos, sadly. And I'm like, so I need to go there.
It's a special way to arrive. So once you get through passport and you collect your baggage, when you go around to where all the transfer desks are. Ours is the first one there, and it's a
you
big,
could be going
bright,
there, but I'm not. I'm going that way.
Yeah, we're the first one there, and the nice uniformed staff will greet you, take you out to meet your driver, and then you get taken down to the resort from there. It's about a 15-minute drive down, but it's a nice little drive down along that coast. But yeah, it's a lovely way to arrive.
And it's nice because Andalusia is so accessible from the UK. It's a nice short flight.
Frequency of flights is great, yeah. I mean, the resort opens, the resort in Andalusia opens the earliest and closes the latest, so we're seasonal for our opening.
So all the properties are seasonal?
All seasonal. We start opening usually at the end of March, and then over about a 4-week period, all the rest of the properties open up. Our Greek properties usually close up by the end of October. And then the 2 Spanish properties, so Mallorca and Andalusia, will be open for the first week of November as well, which is hugely popular.
And it's luxury all the way. It really is. Right from even the booking stage, right through. It's
even the arrival in resort. So once your car pulls in, you'll be greeted by somebody. Nobody takes their luggage into the reception by themselves. That gets taken care of outside. You're brought in, you're sat down on a couch, given a little glass of whatever you prefer. Nice glass of champagne for me always works. Somebody will then talk you through any sort of pre-bookings that you've had to make for any of your dining reservations. Make sure you're aware of everything in the property. You'll get a QR code to scan for your WhatsApp. So that'll be your e-concierge. So even if somebody's sitting at the room or by the pool and they want to check on and book in for a complimentary transfer into a local resort, or want to maybe make a change to one of their dining reservations or something, anything even more simple than that, they can
don't need to leave the sun.
No, you just do it as a WhatsApp message directly to the e-concierge. They're open usually from 9 in the morning, and they'll come back very, very quickly. I've been away recently myself and used it for a couple of things. One was just to check on my transfer pickup time, going back to the airport the next day, and within 2 minutes I got a response telling me that. I had a group in Corfu and we wanted to do one of the sunset yacht cruises, which are complimentary for our guests. And again, from the dining room, we're having lunch from one of the restaurants. I messaged the e-concierge, asked for the places on it, and got it back and confirmed. So it's a lovely way to do it, yeah. It is a really nice way to do it.
So service level, it's all about service. And if you look at, the Ikos branding or the website or Facebook pages, the product, as you say, they all look very similar, very minimalistic, and this oozes luxury. Yeah,
it really does. And it's I was saying as well before, our marketing people like to use the term barefoot luxury, which took me a while to get my head around, but I do get it now.
That's exactly what it is, though, I would say.
It is very relaxed. I mean, I've been to other hotels where gents will need to wear trousers to get into a restaurant at all. I mean, we still like people to look smart, but it's with a lot less restrictions.
So no stuffiness?
No, I've never found that. And any time I've been in one of the resorts, it is always very chilled. The level of service is always exceptional. The staff will speak to you whatever way you prefer to be spoken to. If that's, with a title or just as your first name, they will do that. They are brilliant at remembering things as well. Your room number, what your favourite drink is, etc., etc. So yeah, the attention to detail and the personal touch is really good. We have quite a high staff retention rate season to season. So guests do get to know certain staff members and vice versa. I mean, I've seen it in reception before when families been checking in and the kids run to whoever's at reception
because they remember them.
Yeah, and it's lovely to see that. That personal touch is really, really special.
Pretty much all my Ikos customers are repeat business now, and it's lovely. And even though they will, change resort, I know they're going to still have a great time because they're going to get that Ikos experience regardless of which property.
The expectation is met and exceeded.
And the food. Let's talk about the food for a minute.
Let's talk about the food, okay. So the food is exceptional. For breakfast and lunch, our guests can walk into any of the restaurants that are open without reservation. We have fantastic buffet restaurant in each of our resorts, usually with a beautiful location with lovely views.
But I don't think you should even use the word buffet because it conjures up something it's not.
It's a different standard
cooking,
altogether. And even like, for example, like in Andalusia, there's a section of the buffet restaurant where there's a little section of food that's a little bit lower, so the little kids can go over and get their own,
help themselves to
with little stools. It's really cute. But other than that, if you're into your food and your gastronomy, it's a real treat. Most of our resorts will have between sort of 6 and 9 restaurants. We have, as I said, about the buffet restaurant, but also, as well as that, all the other ones are a la carte restaurants. So whether your favourite food is maybe Asian or Greek or Spanish or French or Italian, we have themed restaurants like that. They all feel and look different when you get into them. Restaurants, we have standard menu, we have great vegan and vegetarian menu, we have a kids menu, and then one that surprises most people, we also have a toddlers menu. So there is something for absolutely everyone, but the quality of food is exceptional. And the menus have been created by Michelin star chefs. from around the world. So they're not Michelin star restaurants, but the menus have been created and are curated by Michelin star chefs. So the quality of food is exceptional and it's unlimited. So if you're there with a group and you love your Asian food and you think, what am I going to have as a starter? Have them all. If you want to try a little bit of everything and everybody can share. I love that about our properties. When we're having lunch or dinner, it is a real sharing experience. It's an all-inclusive
plus product, so it really does include everything. Apart from spa treatments, but all your a la carte restaurants are included.
Oh, included, yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
which is unusual because even some of your top end 5-star, you're allowed to dine in the a la carte restaurant once or twice a week.
Yeah, they refer to it as a speciality thing. Ours
unlimited with Ikos.
Totally unlimited. Yeah, some people will prefer the buffets. That's fine. But, for me, I'll maybe do the buffet for lunch a couple of days. But other than that, yeah, it's a proper dining experience. It's a sit-down dining experience. As my old boss used to say, all-inclusive is eating, not dining. But this turns the table on that. It is a proper dining experience. And then, obviously, with the food comes the drinks. Our restaurants will have like over 100 labels of really good local or international wines. If you order a cocktail, it is a cocktail made from scratch by a mixologist. If you order a glass of champagne, it will be champagne. So the quality of the drinks, still premium drinks. If you order a gin, it's going to be a branded gin, branded whiskey, etc., etc. Plus, with that, we have 24-hour room service. So if you're still peckish after your 5 meals during the day and all your snacks and you want a nice glass of wine and a pizza brought to your room at 3 o'clock in the morning, that is included as well, as is a mini bar in your room that is replenished every single day.
Every day. Great.
Yeah,
absolutely
and that is
brilliant.
all as standard. We then have our deluxe collection as well, which enhances things even more.
But how do you enhance that? That's the crazy thing. When you look at what, the deluxe packages, you think, I don't even want to use the word standard because Ikos is not standard by any stretch, but the lead in is fabulous.
It's exceptional. But like I said, there are enhancements. There's sort of bigger room types with, different benefits that come with those. There's a list of maybe up to about 17 or 18 different things. So just a quick couple of examples. Anybody that books our deluxe collection will get complimentary airport transfers. You mentioned about the spa treatments being an extra cost. If you're deluxe, per room, each two people in the room will get a 25-minute massage treatment, neck and shoulder massage in the spa package. Included into that as well. We do a complimentary electric mini countryman for a day, but if you're in deluxe, you get it for 2 days. So there are extra benefits that will come along with that really make it it's great value for money.
Yeah, and let's just talk about the electric car offering, because that was the first hotel that I'd ever, or hotel group, that they let you have a free car hire for the day, which is amazing. It was Tesla at one point, but it's minis now.
We're back to minis. It was minis at the start,
right?
And now it's back to minis. So it's an electric mini countryman. They're beautiful, all the same sort of look and feel. It's a brand new fleet for this year. I was lucky enough to get out with to one in Corfu recently, and it was really nice to drive, very easy to drive. Has its own sat nav. You'll get the key, so you do need to pre-book. So obviously we have a lot of guests staying. Everybody wants to have use of the car. For our standard guests, it's 1 day free. For everybody else, it's 2, but it's fully insured, etc., etc. But you do need to pre-book. Make sure and do that.
Well, I always encourage my customers who are with Ikos to pre-book as much as they can, just so that they get the restaurants they want. And the staff are amazing at coming back to you, because so many times as a travel agent you put through special requests and you never know whether MD's even got your email, because nobody responds. Your guys are all over it.
Exceptional, yeah, they're very good. But you're right, it's for our standard guests, you can pre-book 3 dinner reservations before you go. For a deluxe, they can book every single night, so that's another little benefit for the deluxe guests. Personally, for me, if I'm on my own holiday, I like to pre-book the first 2 nights and the last night, because that means when I turn up, I've got something booked exactly the time I want and exactly the restaurant for the first 2 nights. That gives me 2 days to walk around the resort, get a feel for everywhere.
See where you fancy.
Exactly. See the other resorts and go, that's nice. I'll have that one for Friday night. And then for me, the last night of the holiday is always a special one. So I'll always make sure I get the restaurant that I want at the exact time that I want. No one's ever going to go hungry. You're not going to not get a reservation of some sort, but it may just be a slightly different time to what you might have preferred. So yes, pre-booking is important.
And also pre-booking the kids clubs as well. So let's just talk about the kids clubs. Again, incredible offerings for all ages. Yeah,
so we have creches that run from 6 months up to 3 years inclusive. They do come at an extra fee. That can be payable locally, but there's 3 sessions per day, and you can pre-book one of those sessions before you arrive. The other sessions can still be used so long as there's availability, but it just gives everybody a fair chance to pre-book. Our kids clubs are from 4 to 12, and they're complimentary, again with 3 sessions per day. And the teens club is pretty much open for the teens as and when they need it.
Want to turn up.
Plus, for summer 25, we launched a new thing which has been incredibly popular called the Supper Club. So this is one of the few things that anybody will have to pay for extra in an Ikos property. But Supper Club is an opportunity for parents to leave off the kid at Kids Club at about 7 p.m. So for €30, the kids are then taken care of until 10 p.m. So mum and dad can go for a nice romantic walk along the beach, cocktail at the bar, romantic dinner for two, candlelit, all that in peace. In the meantime, the kid is being really well looked after. All the kids will be brought down to our buffet restaurant by the Kids Club staff. They will have their dinner there, and then they'll be brought back to the Kids Club for an evening of activities and entertainment organised until mum and dad pick them up at 10. Again, if you're on deluxe, that's complimentary.
Right, okay.
So it's another little
benefit. So there are benefits
that.
of going deluxe then?
Yeah, there's a comprehensive list of it.
Right. Yeah, I just think the properties are absolutely amazing. And we talked about the car hire, but another thing that Ikos encourages you to do is to go down to the local resorts and dine. Yeah,
so we have a couple of ways of doing that. We have our dine out programme. So each of our resorts has 2 to 3 local restaurants that we handpick, that we work with. Our clients can go to have their evening meal and dinner and drinks as if they were on all-inclusive still. They don't pay any extra for it, but it means they can dine in one of the local restaurants, and we will drive them there and drive them back as well. But again, that's really important to pre-book. We also do complimentary shuttles. So even if somebody wants to go into the local town for just a morning or an afternoon or an evening, we have complimentary shuttles that'll take them to and from resort as well. So if you're staying in Andalusia, we could maybe do Marbella, Portugal. So clients can go maybe get up, have breakfast, get the coach into Portugal, have a look around, get a flavour of it, around the marina, it's all beautiful, and then back for lunch on the complimentary bus as well. Plus, each of our resorts has its own bike park. So anybody that wants to take a bicycle out and just take a little morning, a day, an afternoon to go and explore the local area, it's a really nice thing as well. And they're complimentary too. And there's a full team there that will make sure that the seats are the right level, so the bikes will be modified to suit each individual within the party.
And I think that's just nice though that you're not just encouraging people to stay in an all-inclusive resort and not leave, because, you know, I always think the local businesses miss out when...
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we do want people to get out and see the local area, because we're very fortunate that our properties are all in beautiful beachfront locations in stunning parts of the world. But we don't want people to have to pay really any extra to get out and do that. Thus, we have our local discovery program with the dine-out options. We also do a thing called the Culture Pass, which is free tickets to local attractions. So that could be vineyards, that could be art galleries, museums, and we also do complimentary golf in Andalusia and Corfu as well for golfers.
Oh, complimentary golf!
So if anybody likes, once per golfer per stay. Some T's and C's and that, they need to have a handicap certificate of some sort, but those are the details they can get. You can't just go out and
hack your way down then.
No, because we use championship level courses. They're really, really good courses, but it's a really nice opportunity for people if they want to do something extra. Again, the likes of Corfu, we can drive them to and from it. Otherwise, in the likes of Andalusia, they can take the electric car and drive themselves to the course, play around the golf and come back and not have to spend a penny.
And Ikos want you to go and have a really nice time. So the minimum stay is 5 nights.
5 nights, yeah.
So, you're not going in just for your 2-3 nights, which I guess changes the resort if there's lots of people coming in for 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-night minimum stay.
Yeah, 5-night minimum stay, and we are open seasonally. And again, family-friendly resorts.
Yeah. And I think, I've been fortunate enough over the years to have a really nice luxury market within my business, and you watch people get married and then they go on to have kids, and their standard of holiday has to change to suit the children, whereas with Ikos your standard can actually be increased, which is lovely.
We've seen a bigger market for now as well is the sort of larger families and multi-gen families wanting to travel together. So we're developing our villa program. So a lot of our properties now have villas. So in Andalusia and Porto in Spain, and then both of our resorts in Corfu now have villas available as well. So 3 and 4 bedroom villas.
That's got to be insane, because I just love the Ikos brand.
You have that privacy and seclusion of your own beautiful villas, lovely private pools, big living areas, every room en suite, etc. Plus, you're in the middle of an all-inclusive resort and have advantage of all the benefits of the all-inclusive. So it's a nice little way to combine the best of 2 worlds for me.
Oh, yeah.
Big for groups of couples as well, groups of friends, multi-gen families, larger families, etc. So the villas are becoming more and more popular with us.
Obviously, including the golf. I didn't realise complimentary golf. Do you get a lot of groups of guys going golfing, or is it more...
Certain times of the year, yeah. Certainly towards the end of the season, October, November seems to be a very, very popular time in Andalusia. I think the conditions are just right for golf. So although we will do that one free visit per stay the golfers. Some of them will go and stay, take advantage of the free golf, of course.
And then add another couple of rounds on.
Yeah, they'll do the other rounds themselves and maybe take the car out for doing that. Or, I mean, there's courses within 15-20 minute drive, so it's not too difficult to get to those courses. Costa del Sol is blessed with many amazing golf courses.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's great for multi-generation. We do quite a few families that do multi-generation, and whilst it's very much a family-focused resort, there are adult-only parts of the resort.
Yep, well, usually adult-only beach areas with adult-only bar, pool. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunities for people to go and try and get a little bit more seclusion from the kids. But I mean, I've like been in a few of our resorts recently, and they've been nearly 100% occupied, and you don't hear what you would maybe expect to hear for a family resort like that. I mean, it's a lot more peaceful than I've been to certain other properties over the years with families.
And that's interesting you're saying that the property was at nearly 100% occupancy. That's one of the things for people who are listening who want to book Ikos, book early, because well, this year especially,
it's been huge this year.
2026 for context if anybody's listening. The properties are like 95% sold already.
Some are near that. One in particular is near that.
It's
but yeah,
crazy,
I mean, our
it?
occupancy rates are still high. There's still availability for this year. We still have some really good early booking offers for certain times of the year and added value offers. So yes, speak to your.
Well, my experience is, my customers coming back, get booked up for the next year. You know you're going to go anyway, so take advantage of the early booking offers, because you don't get last minute offers, or very rarely.
There'll be some, but it may be a little bit more selected, certainly for the dates, the properties, even the room types, whereas the further in advance that you can book, the wider the range of room types you're going to have as well, because some of our properties have a lot of different room types. So if people want to be careful about whether they maybe want something with a private garden or private pool, the earlier you can get into book, the more, or the connecting rooms as well. The earlier you can get in, the better chance of getting.
And the clients who have done Ikos before, they know exactly what they want. So they
generally,
they'll know more than me about exactly where they want, garden view or pool view or whatever.
Yeah, and whereabouts the different rooms are. Maybe we'll have a family that somebody might want to go deluxe, somebody else might want to go to a different room type, but being able to sort of select for the show for them where the different room types are available and how they can meet up in the
mix
middle.
and match, yeah. And what about entertainment through the day? Is there stuff to do?
I mean, it's all high quality. We have a lot of our resorts have their own theatres, but there's always going to be music on in the lobby bars. We'll have a couple of the resorts will have their own sort of nightclub areas as well. So there's a little bit later music if people want to stay on a little later. But the entertainment it is good. But again, a lot of us is centred towards the family market.
But then daytime, is there stuff to do through the day as well? It's not just flying flop.
No, plenty of activities during the day around the pool, down at the beach area. The kids clubs,
kind of yoga, Pilates, that kind of thing.
Yoga, Pilates. We have 24-hour gyms. Each one of our resorts has its own Anne Simon and Paris spa as well. So if somebody wants to go in and just have a little chill in the spa area, it's usually fairly secluded as well. So yeah, there's loads of options of things to do all day. And the bike park's really popular. People like to take out the bikes, even if it's just getting around the resort itself.
Right, which is a nice thing for families to do, isn't it?
It is, and it's a nice easy way to get a bit of orientation for when they're in the resort as well. Easier to cycle around it. But we also have golf buggies. We have our club cars that will take people around the resorts if they want to as well. Because especially high season, if you're there with maybe younger kids, too hot to walk. Yeah, I mean, if it's hot today in Scotland, it's going to be a lot more in Greece and Spain. So yeah, the golf cars are there, complimentary to take people around wherever they need to go as well.
What would you say is your favourite one? Have you got a favourite? You knew I was going to ask you that.
I knew I was going to get asked this. Truthfully, I think my answer to that is the last one I've been in. Generally, whatever one I've just finished being in, that's certainly my favourite. Yeah, it really is. Oh, this is my favourite now. It's impossible to choose. They are all fantastic. I would holiday happily in any of them. But yeah, generally, to be diplomatic, the last one that I was in is always my favourite.
Right, so where was that? Was that the
It was actually Ikos Puerto Petro.
Oh, right, okay, the Mallorca one.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Mallorca is that one situated?
It's in the southeast, down near Calador. So it's Mondrago National Park. Absolutely beautiful part of Spain. There's a lovely beach in Mondrago National Park, which if you take the bikes, you can cycle around there in about 10 minutes. The beach there is absolutely gorgeous. Some lovely towns nearby. 25-minute drive away, there's a place called Calafoguera, which is well worth taking a look at as well. The water there is crystal clear. Absolutely beautiful. So it's a nice way to use the likes of the complimentary bikes and the complimentary car to get out and see some of those areas around that part of Mallorca. It's
I think Mallorca is just so underrated. Every time I go to Mallorca, I remind myself, like, why don't I come here more often? Because
it's beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
It is beautiful. And again, taking the opportunity to get out and see those things with the complimentary options that we offer is a great way to get out and see it.
And it's just, it's got everything, beaches, it's got city. I mean, Palma itself.
Palma's one of my favourite.
One of the nicest cities.
I love it.
When you say to people I'll be going to Mallorca, they go, oh.
Yeah, there's a certain perception.
Which is a
of what
shame
they're gonna
because
get,
it's done a lot of damage to, but take the Magaluf out the equation. The whole of Mallorca, I just think it's a 3-hour flight from Scotland. It's a really accessible place because there's lots of flights. Up in the north is beautiful. Obviously, you're saying down in the south. Did you say southeast?
Southeast, near Calidor.
Near Calidor, yeah.
So we're about a 45, 50-minute drive from Palma Airport, so it's not far.
Not far at all. And that's also important if you're kids. You don't want long transfers.
No, shorter flight, shorter transfer. So, all our properties under an hour transfer from the local airport.
And you said the 2 new ones are Portugal and Marbella.
And then the Algarve.
Right.
Are the ones that are coming. And then we're going to another new one in Halkidiki the year after that as well.
Halkidiki?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
You've got one in Halkidiki already, though, haven't you?
We have 2. We have Ikos Oceania and Ikos Olivia. Already in Halkidiki. But we're going to have the Ikos Cassandra.
Right.
In Halkidiki for 2029.
I was talking just this morning to one of my customers who's literally just back in the last few days from Olivia, and she's been to multiple Ikos properties, and she said she thinks that's her favourite. Yeah. But as you say, it's the last one she was at, so...
yeah, test her with something new for the next time, and she'll maybe say that was her favourite as well.
Absolutely.
But Olivia is gorgeous. It was had a whole refurb and revamp last year before, and it looks stunning now. It really does.
I think it's a benchmark for luxury Ikos, I would say. We try and, what's the alternative? There really isn't anything yet that, I would say tick all the boxes for, the ultimate luxury for family holidays.
And within Europe, I think a lot of people think they need to go a lot further afield, but why travel 12, 13 hours and go through time zones where you can do it pretty much on your doorstep?
I would completely agree with that, because over the years we've watched Dubai, for example, grow into this very luxurious, playground for the, I don't want to say the rich and famous because that's a bit much, but you know what I'm saying. It's a very luxury brand experience. But in the summertime, it's so hot. Like, it's 120 degrees in Dubai.
Yeah, it's a little too with my swarthy complexion. That wouldn't.
No, don't get me wrong. Greece can reach very high temperatures as well, but you're not having to fly long haul. It's nice and easy. So for kids especially, it's direct flights pretty much from Scotland. There's a few more challenging places to get to. Halkidiki's not the easiest. You can now
into
fly.
Thessaloniki.
Which is
Thessaloniki city's beautiful as well. We have a lot of guests now that would go and stay maybe a couple of nights in the local city and then come to our resort as well. We get that in Malaga too. Plans will go to Malaga city.
Okay,
Palma.
and then tie it up with...
Yeah.
I never actually thought of doing a two-centre Ikos.
It's a lovely way of doing it. Plus we have cruise and stay customers as well that will want to do a cruise and then either top and tail it with a
I don't think I've ever thought of using Ikos for a cruise and stay. I told you today was going to be a school day. So
there you go,
off you coming just for that, because we have at LH Travel, we just love the Ikos brand. So
good.
So thank you, Brendan. We're out of time.
Pleasure.
That was the quickest conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to come over from Ireland, and look forward to we're going to get you back on because Sani Resorts.
Yes. I would love to tell you a little bit about
also a very different product.
Special place.
And we'll get you on to talk about that another day.
I look forward to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And to all our listeners, thank you once again for listening to our podcast, Let's Talk About Travel.